Hello?
Hello?
Hey, we can hear you.
Okay, great. Mm, 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 mm. Mm.
Unmuted.
Hello?
Okay, hello.
Hey, everybody.
Welcome to the Fraser Park Public Utility District regular meeting agenda for Thursday, January 8th, 2026. We are beginning the meeting at 4:04 p.m. Let's stand and pledge allegiance to the flag. Ready? Begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, roll call of directors. Director Schoenberg.
Here.
Director Garcia is absent. Director Gibson.
Here.
Director Kelling.
Here.
And Director Nyman is here. So we have a quorum. Oh, yeah, Director Garcia is absent. Okay, to discussion vote, adjust agenda if necessary. Do we need to adjust the agenda?
Yeah, we should. I'm sorry, go ahead.
I don't think we need 10. And, which is the
We don't need,
session.
do we need a closed session, Dee?
Yes, I think just for a few minutes, yes.
Okay,
Okay.
We should
Do we
also,
need the water buffalo?
yeah, we should table 18, 19, 23 and remove 17 until the springtime. There's no reason to have it on there because it's several months until we work with the county.
So that was 18, 19.
and
23 and remove 17.
And we don't have enough for the ad hoc either, so we can table 22. And remove 17. Okay.
Okay,
Yeah, I'll make a motion that we remove item 17, table item 18, 19, 22, and 23. I will second that.
okay, the motion has been done by Director Schoenberg and seconded by Director Kelling. Roll call of directors. Director Schoenberg.
Aye.
Director Garcia is absent. Director Gibson.
Aye.
Okay, Director Kelling.
Aye.
Director Nyman's an aye. That's 4-0-1 absent. Okay, 3, public comments. Is there anything that's not listed on the agenda that anyone wants to make a public comment about? Okay, not hearing anything. We'll go on to number 4. Report of office president is absent. I'm the vice president. I have nothing to report. Secretary,
We have nothing.
okay, treasurer,
I just stepped into the position, but I'm making sure that our mail is gonna go out and everything's signed, and I don't know anything else at this point.
but we did make some,
I'll do that under accounts payable.
okay, so we'll talk.
So you
She made some transfers from.
And we'll talk about
We'll
that
talk about that.
real
Let's talk-
fast under accounts payable.
Yeah,
Okay.
we'll talk about that. Okay. JPI representative,
Nothing.
okay. Moving on to 5, board member initiatives. Okay, hearing none. 6, managers report.
We had a couple of rough days. We 2 days ago we lost our SCADA system, and had to work with Ness and had to work into the evening to get it going again. And meanwhile, during that, we got a big leak on Los Padres. So trying to juggle the two was problematic. We got the SCADA back up. Yesterday, we managed to work on the leak. I brought in Pat Banfield. We worked for several hours, had to cut out a 20-foot section of pipe, piece it back in with C900. By the time we had to shut the water down. So by the time I got the boil notices approved and everything, it was already nighttime. Had to call in Tiffany's daughter, Maya, Jeff's lady, Heather, and James to go around and pass out boil notices until late into the evening. But ultimately, we managed to get everything, all of them passed out, got the water turned back on, got the temporary patch in this morning, and we're all good to go now. So tomorrow I'll be coming in early, or not early, but I'll be coming in tomorrow to take back tees and take them down to Santa Paula to get the back tees going on that leak.
Okay, and so that's so that you can lift the boil notice.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
Good job, John.
thank you.
Yay.
Hard work.
Appreciate that.
Okay. Yeah, and thank the guys for their hard work.
Yeah, in the office, Tiffany stayed till late, helping Maya pass out the notices too. And the wives and other half stepped up well with that. So I appreciate all their help.
Yeah, we appreciate that. Thank
Oh,
you.
of course, definitely.
Okay, administrative assistance report.
Nothing.
Okay, go on, accounts payable on the 7, standing committee reports, accounts payable committee.
Okay, we met, we went through invoices, we cut checks. And this is one of the things that we need to check with Lisa is there's always transfers with the accounts payable generally for either the customer assistance programs or the claims. I did them this time, so that way you don't have to come in and do them. I don't know if that's the way you want to continue doing them. It seems like one of us is already here. Both of us are authorized as long as we give that report. Is that the way you want to continue working it? I don't want to step on we don't want to step on the treasurer's toes.
I'm not part of that committee, so it makes it kind of crazy for me to even know what's going on.
I guess my question is, do you want, I mean, I can, either one of us, I can step down from the accounts payable.
Because you were on it because you were treasurer, right?
Yes,
And then I became treasurer,
right.
and so that's the reason,
I've continued. So if we want the treasurer, maybe the treasurer wants to come onto that committee and,
I should probably come on so I know what's going on with, I guess, the last treasurer, because you were two treasurers ago, right?
correct,
yeah,
So maybe you can, if you're willing, step down and I can step
yeah,
up with Terry.
that's fine.
Since she knows what's going on right now, that way she can continue, but I at least know each time.
right.
Yeah. So I think we need to do, oh, well, we already tabled that, but I mean,
Well, yeah, I don't know.
but I think,
Should we
but,
table that ad
but-
hoc? Oh, yeah, because it's not,
Well, we
okay,
don't have enough people.
so why don't we make it for the next
meeting.
meeting when we have, hopefully we'll have everybody, and then we can make that motion,
Okay, and then you
Exactly.
guys would still do it for this next time.
you know, we'll
Just report on it.
yeah.
Right.
So go ahead and report.
Okay.
Whatever transfers you,
Okay,
or do you wanna do that during the accounts? You were gonna do that, you can do that during the accounts payable.
is that what?
Yeah, why don't we do that during accounts payable?
Okay,
So,
So basically, you'll do the next accounts payable on the, whatever it is, the 20th.
seconds or,
No,
On the
20th.
should be
Yeah.
the 20th.
yeah,
Oh, no, that's not right, because that's the third week. It would be the fourth week.
No,
This is today, so it would be, the AP would be on the 20th. Because we have to go by Thursday. This was the first Thursday.
Oh, yeah,
This is
yeah.
the second.
One of
this is
those
the
weird
fourth.
ones. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Okay.
it's-
So on the 20th, you're both still going to do it. On the 22nd, we will take a vote to find out if I will be on that committee since I'm now treasurer,
Excellent.
and then I would do the following month.
Yes,
Okay,
which would be the 10th, February
Okay.
10th.
that's
okay,
good because I think I have appointments and I wasn't thinking about being on that, so.
that's fine.
It's just, yeah, it kind of came up yesterday. or
Okay,
Tuesday.
okay, let's move along.
Okay.
Okay,
All right, state update meeting isn't happening till next week. So, we'll do that. On to ad hoc committee planning project.
But I will say as part of the state update, I did put Deborah in for, money, cause that's part of that, going to court was part of that committee. But it wasn't on the,
on the
paycheck.
I'm confused. What are you talking?
Yeah, I'll bring it up in your report, Deborah. I was gonna bring it up as part of the state update committee, but that's fine. Go ahead.
Okay.
She's muted, so.
Just to bring that up right now for the state update, I'll need somebody, if you can fill in Terry on the, 19th of February.
Oh, okay, February 19th.
Yes, because I will not be here.
Okay.
And of course, that, and then, so the 18th should be going away on the 10th, so, all right. Okay, we'll move right along. Okay, ad hoc committee, planning project committee, we have not met. Easement and deeds committee,
Have not met.
okay, rate study committee, we didn't meet, but we'll, there's a spot, is it on the agenda?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's gonna,
There's a spot on the agenda, we'll talk about that under that agenda. Bond book committee,
Haven't met since the last time, which we reported
Okay.
on.
Employee handbook committee,
Has that gone out to Alan?
I emailed it to Alan and he just basically, it was a vacation response. I'll
okay,
be on vacation, so that's the last I heard,
okay,
the automatic reply.
and,
Okay, maybe we should follow up.
Was that
to make
us?
sure- To make
Budget
sure.
committee?
budget? I think,
It's
It was
us,
Jerry and I.
Jerry and you.
The handbook?
No, the budget. Handbook is you guys, yeah.
Yeah. The budget is you and I. Yeah.
Okay.
But the handbook, can we make sure that Alan got it and is getting it to the,
Yeah, when he's back.
Budget is you,
Vacation.
is you two?
huh?
Is it you two? Was it
The-
you
The
for
budget?
the budget 5-year?
Oh, no, it was you and you two.
What,
The
what?
5-year budget was you
I
two.
don't know, we switched everything, so I gotta get it on
Yeah, no,
my calendar.
Oh,
No.
and, oh, is it us two?
you two. We're
Okay,
gonna go do the 5-year budget.
Okay.
okay. We'll have to make some dates. I'm totally. I can't remember what.
Okay.
Sorry.
Me either.
Okay. All right, now we'll go on to,
Isn't that right, Tiffany? The budget committee?
Would be you, but it might be, it's probably in the minutes in the book right now.
Okay, I'm pretty sure that it was you two. That we,
I don't remember, to be honest with you.
consisting of Brahma and Lisa, yeah.
Oh, good, good, good.
AJ, yeah, right there.
Okay. All right. Okay, on to number 9, discussion vote on accounts payable and financial information. You're up, Deborah.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Hi, Deborah.
Okay. Hi. Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy
Yeah.
New Year.
Okay. So, we prepared one check out of the planning account for $830. We prepared 25 checks for a total of $23,487.80 out of revenue operating. And the extraordinary disbursements include Ferguson, which was a sum of 4 separate invoices of $4,232.66. And the Edison bill for $7,607.91. That's all I have.
Okay,
Um,
go ahead,
Deborah?
Director Colbert.
I thought I put on the, sheet, on the, you know, the sheet that we put on the door, the, when I went to court for, our, lawsuit that we're part of, we were there for multiple hours, so I put it as 3 hours, even though we were there longer, because we don't count longer. But it's not reflected on the check.
Okay, let me look.
Hey, Deborah. Do you know what our book balance was?
Okay, one question at a time.
Okay,
I want to mark my records for. Okay, I'm sorry. So, Director
Let me
Schoenberg, you're saying that your court appearance for 12/12 wasn't there? Or is it a
Correct,
different
and
date?
Wasn't-
Because it's
was-
showing on the detail list.
It's showing, but it's only showing one meeting. Was I
You
thought,
were
I
gone.
thought I was
You were
gone the
absent.
previous month. I
You
was
were
gone-
absent one meeting.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, well then it's on here. I'm wrong. Okay.
Okay, now I'm sorry, Director Nyman, what was your question?
did you know what the, book balance was offhand? When we cut all these checks?
I do not remember exactly. I don't have the
Okay.
exact number, but I believe it was something like 75,000.
Okay, so we were good though.
Yes, yes.
Okay, that's all I was concerned about because I forgot to check that, and ask you, because I don't know where my head was that day, so, but because it wasn't such a big, payout, I wasn't overly concerned. I just wanted to make sure.
No,
before we
I
said
did
that.
check it and I did check it. And after I issued all of the disbursements, the balance was healthy. I just don't remember the exact number.
Okay, great. Okay,
And then I did the
oh,
transfer.
okay, so then, yeah, go ahead and
Okay, from, these are from claim 50. We did, transferred out of the revenue operating into the planning for the Tom Dodson for $830. And then we did out of claim 50 board fees, from December of 24 to June of 25, $3,549.96. We did another transfer, for Tom Dodson for 5 invoices for $14,484.78.
Back into the,
We went
revenue.
from LOW planning into the revenue operating. And then Young and Wooldridge for 8 for 8 invoices, that we previously have paid for $2,000 and $2,700.50. And then I did a transfer from the customer assistance grant into the revenue operating for $300.
Okay, and the first one you said of Tom Dodson was for this current check because we're prepaying it and then we'll get paid back.
Right, that wasn't from,
Got it.
It'll come from
That, so that
another
one went to
claim
planning.
7, I think, or something like that.
that'll be on the next line.
Okay, okay,
Yeah.
okay, thank you.
Okay, I'll entertain a motion to pay our bills.
I'll make a motion that we pay our bills.
I'll second that.
Okay, the motion has been made by Director Schoenberg, seconded by Director Kelling. Roll call of directors. Director Schoenberg,
Aye.
Director Garcia is absent. Director Gibson,
Aye.
Director Kelling,
Aye.
and Director Nyman's an aye. That's 4-0-1 absent. Motion carried. Okay, thank you, Deborah. Well, we appreciate all of your.
Thank you.
hard- And Happy New Year again.
Thank you. Have
Okay.
a good evening.
You too.
You too. Oral announcement. What's that?
I said have a good weekend.
Okay.
To Deborah.
Thank you.
Okay. Oral announcement prior to closed session, government code 54957.7, parentheses A, a representative of the legislative body to orally announce the items to be discussed in closed session prior to any closed session meeting. 10, closed session pursuant to government code 54957, conference with legal counsel, existing litigation, government code 54956.9, parentheses D, parentheses 1. Fraser Park Public Utility District versus CNC Elite Properties LLC et al. Kern County Superior Court case number BCV-24-100199. So we're going into closed session at 4:25. We'll be back shortly, people. They were just waiting for Dee and Director Gibson and Johnny Allison to return.
I can't tell who this person is. Who is Michael?
You don't know. He's been on there for the last several months. But I don't know who he is. Do you?
Okay, Johnny's back. Is Director Gibson back?
Not yet. Yes.
Okay, we are coming back into regular session at 4:49. Oral announcement following closed session, government code 549571, parentheses A, the legislative body of any local agency shall publicly report any action taken in closed session and the vote or abstention on that action or every member present thereon. There was no action taken, so there's nothing to report. We'll go on to number 11, discussion vote update on the FPLOW consolidation planning project. A, discussion vote review of the project timeline. I think everything is still pretty much the same on that, correct, Dee?
That's correct. Yes.
Okay, so we'll move on to B, discussion vote acquisition development of well 9, additional booster and tank site property certificate of compliance, lot line adjustment. Where do we stand on that, Dee?
Well, I've got all the packages totally put together. I got the submittal letter and everything. And I've been, tomorrow we are going to submit it. I've been trying to get a hold of the person that I know at planning to set up a meeting and then take it to her. I have not been lucky enough to get a return call or text or anything. So what we're going to do tomorrow is take it in. We'll find a planner and we'll get that thing submitted. And so everything's ready to go. Just try through Christmas. It was not, there wasn't time to get it in. Everybody was pretty well gone, but you know, now we'll get it in, get it submitted. It might take a month for them to review it, something like that.
Right. Okay, all right. Okay, so we'll move on to C, discussion vote on memorandum understanding. I believe there's nothing happening right on that right now. Is that correct, Pam, Joan?
Yeah, that's correct. Between vacations and sicknesses. Scott is, Scott is working on it though.
Okay, all right, so we'll move on to D, discussion vote on Lake of the Woods project and consolidation. Is that you, Pam?
Yep, that's me. Nothing new on the $5 million project. As far as well number 4, our iron and manganese are fine. They're both under the, well, iron's under the 100 and manganese under the 20. And then samples for nitrates for the blending station were 3.17. Fluoride was 1.1. So both under the MCL. And then
Wow,
our well, yeah, we're doing really well right now. The wells from last month are up 5 feet to 2.5 feet. So wells number 4 and 6 are already showing recharge.
awesome.
1, 2, and 7, they come later. They're over in the flatland area there, you know, on the left-hand side of Lake of the Woods. So since January 2023, they're up 7 feet to 19.5 feet. Since 2024, they're down 4.5 to 14 feet. So I'll start adjusting those to, you know, 2024 and 2025 for you guys for the future. And that's it.
Okay, are there any questions from anybody? Our pond is running and actually running out of the spillway.
And now, can you
So-
see the lower pond down by the post office? Because that's usually where the spillway used to go.
Well, it's just, I think it's just enough to go into the spill. It's not like overflowing that, but it continues. It's like going into the ground, it seems.
Okay.
like it's almost going back into the ground, but it's continually flowing through
This
the.
past, right,
Taking
this,
marshy land.
You know, the concrete spillway that is at the edge of the pond.
that goes east, yeah, that's the water's coming out of that, but then going back into the ground.
Yeah.
Making
Yeah.
marshy.
Yeah, but if you go down the hill though, on the left-hand side, that whole area, there's like watery, kind of muddy area.
That's why I
So,
said it's all marshy.
Yeah,
Marshy.
so.
Yeah, I've been seeing the photos. It's been pretty awesome.
Yeah.
That pond
Okay.
needs to be lined. If it were lined.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Needs to be cleaned.
that, a lot of things, but anyhow. Okay, so we'll move on to E, discussion vote claims and payouts. I guess we'll be doing that, next meeting, so I don't think there's anything, unless there's anything you have to bring us right now, Carlos?
No, the only thing I have to let you know is that I reached out to Eric Manzano to try to figure out where that $300 that Tiffany and I couldn't find or locate. He hasn't responded to that, so we'll see if he has anything to say about that.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll get it resolved, hopefully by next meeting. I mean, you know, I understand them not responding because it was through Christmas and New Year's, so hopefully we'll get that information, so. Okay, we can, we'll move on to, number 12, discussion vote on well 8 pipeline replacement project. A, discussion vote on engineering and design. Where do we stand on that, D?
I'm gonna have to check with the Tehachapi district and find out where they are with respect to the review. Now Jesse's gone, so I'm not sure who's taken it, but we know a couple of those guys, so we'll,
Okay,
I'll check it out. I've got a note to myself.
all right, we'll definitely bring it up in the state meeting, with Ryan Eisenhower.
You said that goes through Tehachapi now, Dee?
It's called the Tehachapi district. And it's because they carry, Jesse was the engineer for, pretty much all the entities around the rim of the valley, up in Lake
Right.
Isabella and all. And so, yeah, his particular district is the Tehachapi district.
Yeah, and
Got
right
it.
now, Jeff Dunsmore is the one that will probably be taking Jesse's leadership duties until they find somebody else, if they find somebody else.
Okay, who is that, Carlos? Give me that. I'll ask for him.
It's Jeff Dunsmore.
Okay.
That was Jesse's boss. So he's basically going to take over right now until they fill that role.
Oh,
But
I
great.
he
have
was
his
out-
I have his email if you don't have it, D.
Yeah, that'd be good, Johnny.
All right, I'll
CC
send it to you right
Yeah,
now.
he's just
Please.
out of the office, but he said he was coming back in January.
Okay. All right, so we could go on to B, vote on the project, application. Is there anything happening with that? I think we've got everything in so far, unless Jonathan has brought something up that we don't know about.
Yeah, he
What
said
do we-
he sent an email recently to Dee and myself, and basically what he's asking for is to consolidate the two notice of exemptions into one. So that's something, and he asked if we needed to meet with their environmental people, Dee. So
Yeah.
uh, that's the only thing I know of as of yet.
And I've got a contact with, contacted Tom Dotson to see what his availability looks like for, the next few days, early next week. And he's available, so we'll get something set up. I'm not having any luck getting any response from Jonathan. Are you able to communicate with him? Is he calling you back? What?
Yeah, I've been communicating with him through email because because of these messages he's been he's been sending, but do we want to set up a meeting with?
Yeah,
Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
if you can give me the Tom's availability and your availability, and I'll try to set something up for next week.
okay, that sounds
And
good.
then we can both shoot him emails and see who he responds to.
Okay, yeah, it's tough. Both of us, all of us had such a great working relationship with Ruben. And, I could call and discuss things with him anytime he would be available. I'm not quite getting that same response yet from Jonathan. I don't know, what's going on there, but
Well, maybe it's just that this is his brand new and he's trying to get his, arms around everything.
I'm hoping that's the case. Yeah.
Yeah,
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 I think
I'm
that
sure that,
I think that could be the case. And speaking of Ruben, I just worked with him I just had a few meetings with him through an emergency project. So he's still there, but not with us anymore.
Darn.
yeah, okay. All right, C, discussion vote well property 8 acquisition. We're just waiting on the settlement conference in March. So at this point, we just have to wait. We're in a waiting pattern. Okay, on to number 13, discussion vote on the rate study. Okay, we have to revisit because when we voted on the rate study, I had given misinformation on us putting in $1 million into the CIP. I was saying originally, I didn't account for the whole when we're talking about the 100 cubic feet, the price for 100 cubic feet for the average bill. So the information I gave you for the average bill was incorrect. And I thought it was like $99 and it was substantially more. So we have to.
He was including the new charges, but not
The
including
the
the
current charge,
current charges with that.
right.
So when he realized that and he put them together, he realized that it was quite a bit more than what he had told us when we.
Right, so anyway, so I had gone back to, Jeffrey. And he had, made 2 other, rate comparisons for us, so currently, what we voted and approved at the actual average bill would start out on this rate study at $108.20. And it would end at 115. That's if you do 600 cubic feet a month. So people who do, when we're considering an average bill, they say people use like 600 cubic feet. So
I think what probably needs to happen, in my opinion, is that we need to rescind the original motion based on the new information of there being a mistake made and then
Right.
re-vote.
yes, okay, yes. So, yeah,
But the motion seconder, which I believe is Jerry, isn't here. But I think you may be able to rescind
we
it
can, I
anyway.
think we can rescind it anyways.
I can't,
Yeah.
remember Robert's rules for that at the moment.
Right,
I
but the-
believe you can.
The guideline, not a law.
Yeah, I believe based on new information.
So I'll entertain a motion, for us to rescind, the previous approval, so we can have discussion.
I don't know if you need a motion to rescind it or if you just can't remember. I think you just need to take back the previous motion because you were the motion maker, correct? Or was that Jerry?
Okay.
Yeah, so,
So,
just, you need to remove the motion
okay,
based on new
okay,
information.
based
and
on
then
new,
we
based
need
on
the
new
new
information, because misinformation was given at the last meeting, I rescind the motion that was approved for the rate study. And upon that, we can have a discussion now. if somebody will make a motion, I guess you have to put a motion on the floor to approve a new rate study.
A new
Then
rate
we-
structure?
Yeah, or new rate structure, or,
We'll talk about it until you're ready to.
okay, so that's where that stands. So if we put $1 million into the CIP, over the 5-year period, like I said, we would start out, you would start out with a rate of $108 would be the average bill. Okay, obviously.
And
so-
currently it is,
And currently our average bill is, well, it's 236. Hold on. I can tell you right now, 236 times 6. 6,
Plus
plus
72.
72. So the average bill is currently $86.
for people using 600 cubic feet.
600 cubic feet, yes. I mean, somebody like me, you know, my bill would be going up, from 83, so it'd be going up to about 87, between 87 and $91 for using 100 or 200 cubic feet. I mean, that's for
Under
a
the
single,
million?
for a single. Huh? Under the
Under-
million,
yeah.
yes. Yes, so that's the perspective there. So now I had, Jeffrey do two other rate schedules. One is if we put $750,000 into the CIP over the 5 years, you would start out with the average bill at 101.20, and it would end at 110. And then I also had him do $650,000 into the CIP. And so the average bill would start out and on all of these, I'm talking about the average bill being, I know I'm
600 cubic.
600 cubic feet. Your average bill would be $99.76, and it would end at 109 at the end of the rate study. So there's what do you think that, I mean, I think the issue comes back to what do we think, we're gonna be able to get past. I'm leaning more towards the
I'm
650.
leaning towards the 650 because I think jumping immediately over $100 when they've been at $70 something dollars.
Yeah.
Not even, under 80.
Yeah.
I don't know how we're gonna pass that.
Yeah,
And I really think that, people are a bit empowered from this whole trash, thing that happened. And so I think we might get for years now, no one has cared, but I think that people feeling like they can actually do something, they might actually do something. So I would hate to see us go and spend the town's money on something that isn't even going to pass.
And what about the 380?
I think the 380 is not enough.
I think that's too little. I mean, if you do that, I mean, you're looking at, so hold on a second, 339, 6, 20 plus 78, 93. So you're only talking about 50 cents difference, between the two. It'd be $99.27, for doing 380. And your average bill you're talking here is $99.76. So,
There has to be a bigger spread than that.
well, I'm going by what,
Cause you're saying, oh, only 50 cents between each one of these?
I'm You can figure it out if you look at.
I think he's just talking about the
Actually,
first one, on
okay,
the
the
first
first-
one,
okay,
it
wait a
would be
second, now-
50.
Okay, I'm sorry.
So,
The fir-
It changes because.
Hold on a
Not
second,
even a
hold
dollar
on,
between
hold
the,
on a second, hold on a second. It actually starts out, at is 310 times 6 equals that, plus 7893, my God, just because I'm trying to do things. So it'd be $97.53 for that, and it would end, that base ending would be, and that would end at a 106.
Where is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. How many accounts do we actually have right now?
15, I think.
Yeah, where's the
I
rest
didn't,
of
do the,
reserves?
the reserves and the
Which
money
is what
market.
I wanna look at right now.
Because never always wanted to know what's in the operating and in the, so that's the reason I printed that out.
Right, but I wanted to see what is in all of our reserves
I didn't print
currently.
that, I know.
No, your
Computer's
balance-
right there.
Well, your
Yeah.
balance sheet has it.
Point of order. I
Yes.
can't hear when you talk over each other. I'm sorry.
Okay,
Okay, so what I was asking, Director Gibson, I was
Yes.
asking, because I just became treasurer, Terry had handed me a sheet saying everything that's in the accounts as of like a week ago.
As of Tuesday.
Oh, as of
Mhm.
Tuesday, but it was not including the capital, it was not including the reserves, which is what I was looking for. So I was asking how many accounts we have because I only saw 9 on here. But it was because she left those off. So that was just, she left those off thinking that no one would be asking about them currently, but that's exactly what I was just asking. So, so I'm gonna look them up on our balance on our other sheets. I just, this one was just easy, but, so, and then that's why, and then people were saying other stuff, but that's what I was asking. And so
Thank you for
I'm
the clarity.
Yeah, I'm gonna state what's in our reserve as soon as I find it, because the question that Terry was asking was what about, so the proposals that have been laid out there are 380,000 on our CIP, 650,000, 750,000, a million, or 1,500,000. So those are the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 possibilities that have been put out there for putting money away into the capital improvement. And so Terry was asking, I was thinking along the lines of the 650, as was Director Nyman, but Terry was asking, well, what about the 380? And so we were trying to determine the exact difference between what a customer would pay on their first year of this new plan for the 380 as opposed to the 650, and Director Nyman was trying to give us a number on that.
so really the difference is about $2.
$3.
Well, it's 99.76. 99.76 minus,
97.53.
97.53.
But then each year,
$2.23, yeah,
it
well, of course, but I'm just,
becomes more.
right,
And I was just, I was saying that I think if we jump over $100,
Mhm.
from what we're currently at, that we're going to lose. That's my personal thought on it. I could be wrong, but that's, I think that that's a pretty big jump when somebody is thinking about, you go over 100, it seems like a lot more than 99. It's that old, gas thing of, oh, it's, 599.99, but, yeah, I think if it's 100 and I was just a customer and not part of this board, I would be like, really? I would be concerned. So, I think we're kind of somewhere either the 380 or the 650. I think once we get to 750, we're already jumping to 100 and 120 for the first bill for the average customer of this company.
Yeah, that's why I'm personally recommending that we go with the, putting 650,000 into the CIP.
And I was trying to find the actual amount last month, because this is last month, not right now, but I was trying to find the amount I'm just really slow, sorry guys. I was trying to find the current amount that's actually in the cap. So current amount in the SLA, which we're not talking about, current amount right now is, as of reconciled this month, 244,517.92. That's our short-term improvements. So that's not even 250,000. And then our emergency reserve, which is for pipeline and stuff like that, water, hydrants, things like that, that has 230,000, 671.90, so also under 250,000. Although that has actually jumped up some considerably because we haven't been taking much money out of that. And then,
I'm not sure that's where the last hydrant came out of.
I don't know, because that's normally where we would be taking like an emergency pipe repair or something if we needed it. So, and then in the capital improvement currently is only 258,591.43. So it's really low right now. So we were at $1 million. We're now at 258, 259. That's not gonna buy much of anything if something happens to our long-term assets.
But we're almost $1 million in the replacement fund.
Right, our replacement fund, which we can ask permission to use of the USDA for anything that was a federal loan, that we got on our federal, not loan, a grant, because we didn't really, loan and grant. That is at almost $1 million. So that money is money that we can also ask, but only for only for something happening, which we currently have, like parcel B. Although we're trying to get other funding for parcel B, but if we were to try to replace parcel B in an emergency, that would pretty much eat up.
Well, and that's probably
that.
where if we have to put in $250,000 from,
The capital improvement.
no, that 250,000, for parcel B, if we're committed to putting in 250,000
As part of that
as
grant.
part of that grant, that's where the money will come from, because
Which will completely clean out our capital.
we're gonna.
No,
get
you're
it
saying
from
for the replacement,
We
yeah,
get it
you're
from the
right.
replacement.
You're right, we
because
could
we'll
ask
go to
permission
the,
to
we'll
do
go
that.
to the
Mhm.
state and, to the federal and say, hey, this is
Yeah, because
part of
that-
that project and we're replacing it and we need this.
The life of that tank was not what it was supposed to be, so,
And
yeah,
the reason the capital improvement is down is because we just bought the properties.
right.
Right.
And, we've been doing all kinds of stuff.
Well, and then
Well,
we,
yeah, but I mean, that took a big hunk
Right.
of money, so I mean, you're like, we are doing things.
Oh, yeah, no,
You know,
we're not, we're
it's
doing
not
it.
like it's just,
I'm
you
just saying, I don't know if the 380 is going to bring it up enough to do
so.
whatever we might
yeah,
need.
but you're talking about raising $10 a month. So now you wanna go,
So
15 a month.
it's $13.60 on an average bill. That's an average bill. And that's people using 600 cubic feet. Keep that in mind.
I'm just saying, I know it shouldn't go over 100. I don't like, that figure. So I'm trying to put enough away in the capital improvement and still keep it palatable, sort of. I mean, people aren't gonna be happy about it, but I mean, the cost of everything has gone way, way, way up. So, I mean, I just think if we start under 100, we're in better shape than if we start over 100, which would be the 750 figure. I don't think we can do 1 million. I think that's
that's why I wanted to revisit it.
because that's going up by whatever that is, 108 minus, it's going up by
What are your
20.
thoughts, Director Gibson?
Uh-huh. Yep, that's right, yep. I wish I was there, guys. I wish I was there.
Yeah. So, but you agree kind of with what Lisa's saying?
Yes,
Because the 650,000, our average bill is starting at 99.76. So people that use less water than that, their bill's gonna be much lower. So I'm
Not
thinking,
much lower, but in the 80,
Yeah,
80 something.
well, it's gonna be like, no, it's gonna be like 90, it's gonna be
90.
from 90, probably 90 to 99. So depending upon, how many, if you use 300 cubic feet of water, it's probably gonna be around 95, so,
well, it
Um,
would encourage conservation because probably people have slacked off. I know that I am, a little more liberal with my water usage. I'm sorry. But
Yeah.
what do you think, Brahma? Do you agree with Lisa?
I agree with Lisa, because I think there's also, like she says, there's the psychological thing. I mean, no matter what we do, people are gonna be upset. People are gonna be angry. The reality is though, we need to raise it because so many costs have gone up. I mean, our electric bill, you're talking, it's gone up another, 13%. I mean, we used to average, in the wintertime, we used to average below $5,000. Now we're paying $8,000 a month, even more. So,
Can I say something?
yes, go ahead, Johnny.
For what it's worth, I agree with Lisa and Brahma as well. I think that that's going to be our best bet, to not freak everybody out too bad.
Okay, thanks,
Yeah.
Johnny.
You're welcome.
So what do you think, Director Kelly?
Or we go with something in between the 380 and the 650.
Okay, I don't want to go back to him and have him,
No, I'm just saying that you're talking about jumping, bills.
right, but you're talking about $13.60 a month. And at $99 a month, you're talking $3.25 a day to have water to wash your clothes, water, take a shower, flush your toilets.
But nobody looks at it that way. They look at
I know, but it has,
the full amount of the,
I understand that,
of the
but that's how
bill,
it
just
needs
like
to
your,
be, that's how it needs to be presented to them so that they get a different perspective. They have to start looking at the perspective of what costs are and what we need to do.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I personally, I'm on a fixed income. I don't want to go up. I don't, but I know the realities of what we have to do. I mean, we have to remain solvent. I don't want the state taking us over.
I think it does help
Exactly.
that we now at least
But
have,
Director Kevling, what are your thoughts? Or am I hearing Director Kelly?
no, let's give Director Kellingham.
Okay.
I personally don't care. That's why I voted for the 1 million. Everybody was like, oh no, we need 1 million. So it's like, okay, let's put 1 million in there.
Mhm.
People are gonna have to eat what they're gonna have to eat.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, and that's why I brought it
I mean,
back.
it's the same thing with electric.
Yeah,
People are gonna have to eat what they eat because they have to. We'll just have more people in here trying to get the grant assistance. No matter what we do.
Well, and at least we have
Yeah,
that now, so I feel a little
we're
bit.
getting rich over it.
I don't even
you
know how much more we have than that.
So I'm sorry, Director
Maybe
Gibson, we
so.
couldn't hear you.
it's on your balance sheet.
I
I
said
could- I
they'll,
could-
you know, oh,
Have Director Gibson go ahead.
Go ahead, Director Gibson.
oh, it wasn't even that important. It's just, they'll be saying, we are getting rich over it. SPPUD, we're millionaires because people forget the concept of living in a small town and trying to keep up and, you know, battling with a really old system. People don't know that. I didn't know it till I was on the board, you know?
Well,
So we're gonna have to put some of that thought out again. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, well, and that's the other thing is that we have to make people understand that we need to fix the system and that the state is, and the federal government is not gonna pay for everything. And so that's the kind of the position that we're in. I mean, we had this leak where we shut down and I read some of the comments and people were talking about, well, they can't even keep us in water and keep our system maintained. I mean, what, we had one shut down and this is the first time it's been shut down in I don't know how long.
A couple of months, when Johnny had to shut it down to do another repair.
In another part of town.
Yeah.
I mean, but
It seems that it affects always the same part of town, no matter what.
Well,
so,
it moves around and we also, the shutdowns are a lot shorter than they've ever been before as well. So even though we do have to shut it down, we get it done quick.
right, we haven't had to do boil notices. That's and right, and so basically, but that's the reality. I mean, people don't understand it and, that's what we'll have to bring up in the meetings and that's what the meetings are for, so,
Oh, definitely, definitely. It's gonna have to be a big point, you know?
yeah, so anyway, so
Okay.
I'll, if we're in agreement on the 650, I would entertain a motion.
I'm not comfortable enough to word it.
Well, I can't make the motion.
Okay, I'll move that we, base the rate study on a figure of 650,000 going into the capital improvement. That's over the span of, 5 years, correct?
Yes.
So,
So basically, it's gonna, the new rate will start in the new fiscal year, basically,
July.
yeah.
so the new rate starting July of our new fiscal year, and then the rates raising every year for 5 years.
Well, it's for 4 years, actually, because this only goes through.
This only goes through
20,
part of
yeah.
26 because we didn't.
Because it was originally.
So 4
included
years,
20,
yeah. Okay, so that was a really long wordy motion. So basically, I'm gonna, let me say that again. I move that we base the rate study figures on a capital improvement of $650,000 acquired until 2930.
That's it.
So
That's the motion. I will second it.
okay, the motion has been made by Director Schoenberg and seconded by Director Gibson. Roll call of directors, Director Schoenberg,
Aye.
Director Garcia is absent. Director Gibson
Aye.
and Director Kelly
Aye.
and Director Nyman's an aye. Motion passes 4-0-1. Okay, I will send an email to Jeffrey telling him that we are gonna go with the 650,000 CIP.
And Carlos, are you able to tell us where that takes us? Or maybe next time, once you have all the figures from, the rates, say where that takes us in comparison to the, whatever it is, the median. You know, I know we're below, this keeps us below the, where we would get in trouble for trying to acquire new grants and everything, but
Well,
is it,
he said,
Well, the rate's not gonna affect you in getting grants. The only thing that they said was that it could be flagged when they're reviewing TMF, and that's basically, managerial and financial, because they're basically saying, well, why they'll probably just be asking why is the bill so high, stuff like that.
right,
So
but
it's not-
that was around $150,
Yeah,
correct, for our trust?
yes.
a lot of the systems that I work with, they're between 150% and 200% of the average bill. And in order for you guys to be above 200%, your bill would have to be 150, but over $150, which you guys are okay.
Okay, so we're still reasonable at this amount.
Yeah, because even at the 150, to be above the 150%, it would be over $100.
Which is,
Maybe
it-
like
If you guys stay at the
170.
99, then you guys are still under the 150% MHI.
okay, which is what I also think we need to
So
stay at. Okay,
the current average bill for what they look at is what, 77?
Yeah, $77. So if you do,
Okay, so 150%, even at the end of the thing, it would have to be at 115 to be at 150% of the average bill.
and at the 650, we're talking 109.
And we're at 109
So,
at the end of the whole period, so.
okay, good, that's, I just wanted to double check
So,
that.
yeah, so we
I should have picked that before I voted, but, okay.
okay, thank you. And I apologize I didn't do my math properly last time, so. Okay, 14, discussion vote on, handbook, employee handbook, we haven't gotten that back, so we'll move on from that. We don't want to take a brief recess, so. Okay, 15, discuss vote on ending the verbal moratorium on new water
Dee
connections.
and Carlos can go. You guys can have a great evening. Have a great weekend.
Thank you, Carlos.
Yeah, thank you, Dee.
Well, no, we probably still need D for this,
Oh, no, we need you for this, Dee.
but Carlos, we don't necessarily need.
okay, you guys have a good night.
You
Thank
too.
you, Carlos. Have a good weekend.
Night, Carlos.
So, Johnny, do you want to, oh, you went away?
You know what? Went away.
Dee, do you know have you been discussing this with Johnny, the discussion vote on ending the verbal moratorium on new water connections? I thought that, we weren't prepared to do that until we knew what the heck was going on with well 8.
Yeah, I don't know that we're prepared to end the moratorium right now. We just
I
don't have
mean,
enough.
he may have put this on there in regard to other water connections not having to do with well 8. Like, coming off of the yard here.
We're pretty much maxed out both wells. In fact.
That's what I
think-
thought in the summer.
Yeah, well, I believe, I know they're both maxed out. I was trying to remember which well helps the other one, but in the summertime, we need both of them.
Five helps six.
Yeah,
So six can't do it on its own
that's
in the
correct.
summertime.
That's
Yeah.
correct.
But do we know do you know, Tiffany, why Johnny put this on?
I know he
think
wanted
it had
to.
I think it had to do something, I don't understand,
Carry it over.
let's just carry it
Yeah.
over, because I need to have more information,
Okay. Yeah, I didn't know Johnny was gone.
yeah. So we
Yes,
can
okay,
carry it
carry.
over. Okay, on to 16, discussion review of county help, well, that doesn't help if he's not here.
No, yeah.
Dirt for road repair,
And you guys asked for that to be put on the agenda because there were questions from a public comment.
Yes,
right, but he's not here to discuss that.
no,
No, he's not. So carry it over.
yes.
So we'll have to carry that over. We've tabled 17's gone, we've tabled 18, we've tabled 19, 20 discussion vote on final change to government emails. I think we're still
It's kind of done. You changed board presidents.
right,
So I emailed Carlos and let him know that he's got to change it with the state.
right,
The form 260 and 261.
right,
So there's a new claim signer
right,
and I gave him the new emails.
okay,
I mean, it's,
Yeah, and if the other people aren't looking at their new emails, I mean, they're just never gonna do it, so. I think we're just gonna,
But we're not like removing or anything the
nothing ever got.
FP stuff, so we should be okay.
yeah, okay, well, we can take that off then.
Was there anything else we specifically needed to do to change over?
No, we were gonna change it over, officially meeting like with the state and stuff for contact information and for, I think they asked for emails like on grant applications,
Well,
and
we've
things
done
like
that.
that.
That's all been updated on the website too, correct?
No,
So that's something that you might wanna make a note to update,
yeah, update emails on website.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay, on to 21.
You never, not that we're gonna take a recess, but you never brought that up.
yeah,
He
you did.
Yeah.
Oh, you did? Oh, I missed it. Where was I? Asleep?
Yeah.
Okay, never
Okay.
mind.
21, review and approve meeting minutes for 12/9/2025 AP Standing Committee, 12/11/2025 regular meeting, 12/16/2025 AP Standing Committee, 12/18/2025 State Update Meeting, and 12/18/2025 regular state planning and project meeting.
I move that we, approve the regular minutes, stated, by, President Nyman with any of the amendments that were sent to Tiffany previous to and after the meeting, as well as any additional amendments or typos or other errors that may have not been caught or that may need to be corrected.
Here a second.
I'll second it.
Okay, I've heard motion by Director Kelling and seconded by Director Gibson and roll call of directors. Director Schoenberg,
Aye.
Director Garcia is absent, Director Gibson,
Aye.
Director Kelling,
Aye.
and Director Nyman's and I. That passes 4-0-1. Motion approved. Okay, we tabled 22 and 23. Any future agenda items that we haven't mentioned or that we need to add that anyone's aware of? Okay, not hearing anything. I'll entertain a motion that we adjourn.
I'll make a motion that we adjourn.
I'll second
I'll
that.
second it.
Okay, Director Kelling has has made a motion and it's been seconded by Director Gibson. So roll call of directors, Director Schoenberg,
Aye.
Director Karski is absent, Director Gibson,
Aye.
and Director Kelly,
Aye.
and Director Nyman's an aye, 401 absent. We are officially adjourned at 5:38. Thank you, everybody. Have a good night.
Thank you, everyone.
And it's cold out there.
It is.
Stay warm, Dee.
Dee, what's funny is the last, I'd say the last 2 weeks that when I've come to Bakersfield, that Bakersfield was colder
Colder than
than
Fraser
Fraser Park.
Yeah, probably the
Oh,
moisture in the
good.
air, but right now, 40 degrees feels cold to us. And
Yeah.
so
The older we get, it does.
Anyways, thank you, everybody. Thank you, Joan. Thank you, Pam. Thank you.
But Rama, are you wearing shorts?
No, I'm wearing long pants,
Oh,
line pants.
well, then officially it's cold.
All right. Good night, everybody.
good night.